What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel, and if you guys are new, welcome. Today we're continuing our god roll guides for y'all with the new Timeworn Wayfarer. This is a scout rifle in our energy slot with that solar burn. It's an aggressive frame with a new origin trait as well this season, so we're going to cover that first for y'all with the Radiolarian transponder. So we got rapid final blows cause targets to explode into a pool of Radiolarian fluid, which is basically just like the modifier from strikes where those Vex drop that nice little Vex milk at their feet. We're able to do that right back at them now with this new origin trait. Pretty good, nothing too crazy about it. With that little Radiolarian fluid, it does cause a little bit extra damage on some of those enemies that are in a big pool, but nothing too crazy about it, like I said. So let's get into the traits. So starting us out right here with our PvE god roll, I'm going with the aggressive frame stability as our masterwork. Does have a good bit of bounce on this thing. 41 is our stability, how I have it built out. Definitely could use a little bit more, but it is nothing to complain about. I do like this scout rifle inside of PvE, especially since we got it for that unstoppable this season. As for barrel on this thing, I went with arrowhead break. Gives us recoil and handling speed. More for the recoil in this because it does have a weird 58 direction when I don't have this on, bringing it up to 88 in recoil direction with arrowhead break. Plus we still got that 41 in stability, so it feels right inside of this column for me. PvE, you always got two choices. I feel like if they are available for magazines. You got tactical mag as our first one right here. We're gonna have 16 in the magazine with the stats that I was talking about before. We got 54 in that reload, 62 in range, 41 in stability, 51 in handling. Your other option is that appended mag. We do have 17 in the mag, so it's only one extra, but we do lose a lot of our other stats, like down to 44 in reload from that 54. Stability's down to 36 instead of 41, so totally up to you. I personally like tactical better than appended. Now when we move on to the third and fourth columns, we got a couple different ways this can be built out. First is more for that ad clear, just general use inside of events, whatever it may be, GM's raids. Shoot to loot is a goated perk, picking up orbs of power as well as that ammo when you shoot at it. Very good perk in my opinion for that end game PvE. So this was my first choice in the third column. Very good for basically any type of content. Right here in the third column, 4 times the charm, more on the DPS side of things, gives us magazine back when we hit those shots. Increase the time between precision shots that we can land, so it gives us a little bit of leeway. You compare this with precision shot in that fourth column. Precision instrument, I should say, gives us a little bit extra damage, so this is good for those champions, etc. But I like the other version better with shoot to loot, more for that general-ish in the PvE. Now fourth column, kind of the same thing. We got a perk right here, incandescent, that pairs with that shoot to loot with the ad clear side, just more of a general scout rifle, stunning champions, using it to get ammo, cause a little bit of disruption with that incandescent spreading scorch ad clear side of things. But you could also go with the precision instrument here in a second to give a little bit more damage. I do like the incandescent shoot to loot, in my opinion. Feels very good, like I said, in all types of content, not just specifically for the DPS side of things. Now like I was saying, precision instrument is the other side of this weapon. Dealing sustained damage increases the precision damage, so you pair this 4 times the charm, getting those precision hits on those enemies. You're getting a bunch of ammo back. You're able to juice some of those champions for sure, but it isn't really a DPS weapon in my personal opinion, so that is why I like the shoot to loot incandescent a little bit more. Personally, give this thing middle of the road again, 3.8, 4.0 out of 5. Nothing too crazy on it besides the fact that you can go either way. Precision instrument 4 times the charm for damage, or the shoot to loot incandescent for the ad clear, just a general scout rifle used, if you will, for any type of content. So pretty useful scout rifle in my opinion for this PvE realm. PvP side of things, for the intrinsic masterwork, we're going with that stability again. Like I said, this thing does bounce a lot, and it only has that nice low stability rate as its intrinsic, so I went with this to boost it up a little bit. We're still only at 43 for our stability, so it does suck somewhat inside of that with the flinch, as well as it bouncing up and down with it being a laser beam, if you will. So I go with stability to make it feel just a little bit better. Barrel on this thing, I go with small bore, so we get range and stability at +7, giving us a 75 in that range with that 43 in stability. Still feels a little bit bouncy, like I said, but you learn how to play with that, and you can really dab some Guardians out from far away with this thing, especially if you're standing in something like a Well of Radiance or that Empowering Rift. Magazine for me, always go with that Accurized Rounds, gives us plus in our range, so we can have that nice 75, map in Guardians at far away, plus it just feels the best compared to some of our other ones. Could go with those steady rounds if you wanted for a little bit more stability, but I like the range on this for this scout rifle. Couple options again for this for PvP. We got Keep Away as our first one, what I think is the 5 out of 5. We get that reload, range, and accuracy when no targets are in close proximity. Like I said, sitting at the back of the map, sitting away from those enemies, absolutely allowing you to dap up those Guardians. They're not going to know it hit them. 3 shots, very, very easy. This thing's hitting for like 91 in the head, so it feels very crispy. Like I said, if you are staying back inside of the Crucible, staying away from those enemies, especially with Keep Away. Second option, in my opinion, is to the Pain Well. This weapon is equipped, taking damage greatly increases handling and aim assist until it is stowed. So if you're having a nice scout rifle fight far across the map, not a bad way to go. Someone else sees you just a little bit closer, you can take that into effect as well. Get that 2 pain to proc, so it is a good little perk for the PvP realm, but I still like Keep Away the best for sure for this weapon. Last but not least, for the third column, we got Strategist Final Blows grant us that class energy. Activating our class ability also gives us stability, so a nice little feedback between the two. Getting defeats, dodging, getting defeats, throwing down your rift, whatever it may be depending on your character, gives us that stability. And this thing does suck in stability, in my opinion. Definitely its lowest or its weakest link part of the weapon is its stability, so a good little third option for y'all, but I still, like I said, like Keep Away the best. Starting us off, I do actually really like this precision instrument. Again, it feels pretty good when you get that damage as like body shots or even headshots, and then all of a sudden you get that increased damage to precision shots. You're basically 2-tapping Guardians depending on their resilience, so this feels pretty good in my opinion. Got this and 2 others for y'all, pretty much interchangeable, but I do like this one a lot, especially with Keep Away, so totally up to you for the fourth column what you like to go with. That next option for me is the opening shot. We get greatly improved accuracy and range on the opening shot of an attack, so it's not as crazy because we aren't getting as many shots with the opening shot procced as you will compared to something like Eye of the Storm, which is going to be our next perk, or that precision instrument, but it is still a very good PvE perk, more on something like shotguns in my opinion, or even sometimes those hand cannons if you will, so you can really get a good start to a fight. But these scout rifles, you're staying out of the fight, I feel like a lot of the time, just getting picks here and there with this thing, so it's not as important for opening. Then last but not least, we got Eye of the Storm, almost similar to opening. This weapon gains accuracy and handling when our health gets lower, plus we get a little increase to stability, only +5 on this, so we're only at 48 in that stability range. Nothing too crazy for it, but Eye of the Storm, if you are getting weak, having those scout battles across the map could help you out for sure, giving you that nice accuracy boost. But like opening shot, it's not going to be procced all the time in my opinion with this scout rifle. Not many people are going to be getting you that low. If they are, you're probably going to go and die anyways, just because of how this game works. So if you're sitting back in a well though or something like that, a rift that's healing you, Eye of the Storm might not be a bad idea. So when you do get low, you get that to proc, get yourself a little heal with a grenade or something like that, hop back into that fight. But I still like precision instrument the best. Again, not a big scout rifle fan, giving this a 3.5, 3.6 out of 5 for the Crucible. Like I said, this is a middle of the road weapon, nothing too crazy about it. DMT still way better inside of the Crucible. Midas Multi-Tool, Jade Rabbit, all of those exotics are definitely better in my personal opinion. Just scout rifles, if it's not exotic, really nothing too crazy about them. So let me know what you guys think about this weapon. Hopefully you guys got it crafted and you guys can get in there and test it out. So again, appreciate all you guys for coming back to the channel. Don't be afraid to like and subscribe to the videos, helps me out, helps the channel out a bunch. You guys don't miss out on any of those videos as well if you hit that bell for the notifications. So once again, appreciate all you guys. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.